Hello children, how are you? Hope you all are keeping fine children and taking good care of yourself. Children, along with taking care of your health, I hope you all are studying also. Because children, by the end of this month, you will be having your second UT. So I hope you all are preparing well for your examination children, and your result will be declared very soon. Hope you all are eagerly waiting for that. Children, today in geography class, before starting the chapter 13, that is insulation, I want to tell you insulation we will do just now. But before that, children, you please do all short questions from your chapter number 12. There are 12 questions given, and you do all question 10 or 11 or 12, something like that it is given. And also children, explain the following term that you can find the answer and write somewhere or underline in your book. No need of doing that part in your copy. From structured question, children, do question number 1, A, B, C and all the part of C along with the diagram. So children, that much work you do in your copy for the previous lesson number 12. Now we will start with lesson number 13 children, that is insulation. Before this class, the class that we had before this, I had already explained you what is insulation children, and few slides also based on the chapter I have already shown you. So I hope that much you have understood children. Now, type of radiation. Now children, the sun radiation is made up of 3 parts. White light that we see, then infrared radiation and ultraviolet radiation. So these are the radiation that we see, and the radiation are of 2 types children. That is your insulation A, that is insulation, and that is terrestrial. The second one is B, is terrestrial. Now what is insulation children? Now insulation, as I have told in your previous class children, that the insulation is the amount of solar energy received by the earth is called insulation. Means sun is circulating its heat and light. Okay, you all know that we get heat and light from the sun. So the amount of heat that we receive, and some amount we receive and some is turned back, or it is pushed back by the earth. So that is known as insulation, the amount of heat that we receive from the sun. Now the sun energy releases by the earth as short waves. Now out of total of 100% of the solar energy, only 51 reaches to the earth. Then children, 35 is radiated back into the space, and 14 is absorbed by the atmosphere. So this is the way percentage of the heat that is received by the earth. Now terrestrial radiation means the radiation which is where the heat where rays fall in the long wave. It is formed in the long wave, that is called terrestrial. Heat radiation is done by the long wave, that is called terrestrial radiation. Now children, there is another term that you will come across in this chapter is heat balance. Now what is heat balance? Now children, there exists the state of equilibrium on earth between incoming insolation from the sun and the outgoing terrestrial radiation from the earth. That means the earth receives some amount of heat, and then it radiates some amount of heat from the earth. So incoming and outcoming, when both are same, actually both are same, incoming and outcoming is same, then it is known as heat balance. The heat is balanced by the earth. When both incoming and outgoing radiation is balanced, is called this is also known as heat budget. Now children, is a very important heat budget is very important, because of this only we have life on this earth. Life is possible on the earth when only heat balance. Why we say that life is possible on earth? It is just because the amount of heat we have. Our planet is neither very hot nor very cold. That is why life is possible on the earth, and this happens because of the position of earth from the sun. We are neither very close to the sun nor are we very far away from the sun. So this is why the life is possible on the earth, children. Now children, another thing that I want to tell you, that how balance is done, how this balance is achieved. Now the balance of heat budget is important for the life survival on the earth, that I have told you just now, children, because this set of several processes into motion as an impact on the earth's heat distribution. The heat radiated by the earth's surface warms the layer of the air above it by direct contact. Now this is called conduction. Now when the layer of the air which is just above the earth, they are direct in contact with the earth, so they get heated up directly. So this is called conduction. Now children, apart of conduction, the circulation of air and water in ocean causes transfer. Now directly when the layer of earth air is heated up, it is called conduction. But another way how the air is heated, because of the circulation of air and water in the ocean causes transfer of heat from one molecule to another or from one level to the other. This you all know very well, children, that molecules are in constant movement. That you all have studied. So children, apart from direct receiving of heat, the movement of air and water also passes the heat from one part to the other. As the molecule of air and water is constantly moving, so they pass heat from one place, they transfer the heat from one molecule to the another. Thus, the whole area or whole water is heated up, or they get warm. So, this transfer of heat by circulatory movement is called convection. First one was conduction and then is convection. Now, convection current in the atmosphere causes sea breeze. Now, this again, children, we have already done, children. Sea breeze and land breeze, children, we have already done. Now children, what happens? The atmosphere absorbs 34% unit of the earth radiation, but it absorbs only 14 unit of sun incoming radiation. Thus the atmosphere is heated more by terrestrial radiation given out by the earth than by the incoming insolation. Now at night something different happens. At night, the atmosphere acts like a greenhouse and keep the earth's surface warm by preventing the terrestrial radiation escaping escaping into the space. Now they catch all that, they trap all the heat. So during the day, atmosphere absorbs 14% of insolation and thus regulates temperature on earth. Now this is the way, children, what happens. Thus the atmosphere prevents extreme of temperature. The earth would become very hot during the day and very cold during the night if atmosphere would not be there. So with the help of atmosphere only, children, we manage to have a good moderate temperature. That is why the earth can have the life. Survival is important, and survival is possible by the act of the atmosphere. Means heat is how much heat is radiated, how much heat is trapped. This helps in forming the climate or weather of the earth, so that the survival is possible. So children, I hope you have understood this much. We'll stop the class here, and then children, in the next class we'll move ahead. You read that portion whatever I have explained you just now, and do all the written work. And children, then we'll come to the end of this part. Take care of yourself and have a good day. Thank you, children.